in the region. And in studio, I am joined by Asif Karim, who's the chairman from the Kenya International Sports Film Festival, and Chris Kamau. They're here to tell us, the growth they've seen through the 6 years that the festival has been around and what to expect this year. Welcome to Scoreline, gentlemen. Asif and Chris, how's your weekend so far? Asif?
Brilliant, very good. Looking forward to this interview and getting the viewers to follow Kenya International Sports Film Festival.
Chris, you had a good weekend?
Yes, it's still a busy weekend because there's a lot of things happen behind the scenes to make KISS happen. And it being the 6th year, it's going to be bigger, better than before.
Yes, Asif, if there are people that, probably are hearing about the Kenya International Sports Film Festival for the first time, if you can take us back the memory lane from where this idea began until to where you are today.
Thank you very much. The idea began about 2011 when a documentary was made on our family that has contributed almost 100 years in Kenya since coming here in 1926, where 3 generations have played international sports for Kenya. And this documentary then featured in India, where it was premiered, and featured in many film festivals. And as I was invited and watched some of those exciting sports movies, it struck to me all of a sudden that Kenyans have equally good, if not better, stories. But we have hardly anything on our records or anything that we have done for our superstars. So when I got back in 2018, we launched the Kenya International Sports Film Festival.
How's the growth been since 2018, since you launched it, to where we are today that you're going into, the 6th edition?
Well, the growth has been phenomenally up organically. every year we get over 1,200 submissions from over 100 countries every year, and this year we had a record entry of 1,422 from 110 countries. So it has grown phenomenally. The jury level that we have in 3 layers select the best movies, and over the 4 days we will show about 40 to 50 from short documentaries to long documentaries to feature films to animation to student films on the sports movies from around the world. And in that festival we also have panel discussions affecting sports in Kenya, globally, including the creative industry and sports.
Chris, I made to understand that, for almost 2 years, you decided to take the festival online. It became virtual. Unlike the previous years where you guys used to converge in auditoriums. Are we going to see that this year, or it's still going to be virtual? And what can you say about that difference of having people in the auditorium vis-a-vis having the festival or being held virtually?
Okay, the inaugural edition was in 2018. That was at the Louis Leakey Auditorium in the National Museum of Kenya. Then 2019 we went to Signature Auditorium in Westlands. Now the thing is, even if you have an auditorium that sits 400 people, 500 people, and you pack it for the full entire days, when you go hybrid, that means if you go on a web platform or social media, you get 23,000 people, 150,000 people. I mean, the number is just amazing. You see? So it's actually better to have a hybrid situation. Now, why I went hybrid was because of COVID. Because the year that COVID struck, the option was, do we not hold the festival, or what do we do? So that's when we discovered, wait a minute, we can go hybrid. Now, what I mean by hybrid is that for this year, 2023, we do have the Aristocrats House, which is where the KISS Secretariat is. And we actually do set it up as a kind of a viewing area. So you can actually come and view at Aristocrats House in Lavington, or you can go online to our various platforms, or onto the official KISS website, or onto Facebook or onto YouTube, and you'll be able to watch and get the same experience.
How are the entries done?
The entries are done through Film Freeway. You submit through the Film Freeway, and basically you have to submit according to certain criteria. Your films must be sports-based films. If they're foreign, they must be subtitled. And we charge nothing, and we have various categories, and everything is on Film Freeway, and that's how we sift through them through the 3 jury level.
Asif, have you felt the impact of the festival as it is grown over the years?
Definitely, the awareness has increased because the slogan of the festival says that sports unites people and sports films inspire society. And one of the purpose was for me to see that the creative industry and the sports industry can be put together. Because remember, Kenyans have a rich history in sports. But when you try and look for any movies, documentaries, books on our Kenyans, we will struggle.
Yes.
So I think it's paramount that this festival reaches out to the creative industry and to the sports industry to try and see how they can merge this. We need to document, we must recognize our unsung heroes of this country. And the sports people are the unsung heroes of this country. We need to create a legacy, we need to create a heritage, and more importantly, we must let our youngsters that are coming through to know what history we have come from.
Yes. Chris, do you feel that we tell the sports stories that we have as a country enough?
No, we don't. Because, and I'll tell you why. Because most of our sports stories have been told either by Discovery or National Geographic or BBC or ESPN, not by any Kenyan sports concern.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's something that we need to do now in conjunction with the various ministries, in conjunction with the legends who are still with us, sports-wise, and even those who are coming up, and even things like Talanta Hela.
Yes.
These can be things that can actually be able to help, tell the sports story. And like for this year, in KISS, for the very first time, you're going to experience, we're going to go through a web series. It's called Community Warrior Hunt, and it's based on mixed martial arts.
Yes.
So the festival begins on the 26th of October, right through the 29th.
Yes.
And through all those days, we will actually go through the 6 episodes of Community Warrior Hunt, MMA. The first time we're actually doing this for a web series to be in a sports film festival.
Yes. Now that you mentioned Talanta Hela, I mean, are you guys getting support from the government and the private sector?
We have reached out to the government on numerous occasions.
Yes.
We are very fortunate that right now we have a very enthusiastic CS in Honorable Ababu Namamba, somebody who understands sports, who understands youth. And think about KISS, it captures both youth and sports and film. And these are all things that are crucial to Talanta Hela, because one of the things about Talanta Hela is they will be identifying sporting talent through you uploading your material onto their platform. And then that's why it's very important for them to be able to, have a kind of a synergy with something like KISS, because KISS has identified a lot of these things that are crucial towards Talanta Hela.
Asif, governance has always been a topic that stands out during the panel discussions that you always have during the film festival. I mean, why is it that it's always something that it always has to pop out? Why is it so?
Because our governance, I would say, is almost non-existent, unfortunately. And you can see where the sports administration is right now. I mean, if you ask the sports tribunal that we have, I was discussing with a couple of the people in the tribunal. Yes. They have daily cases of sports disputes. And most of these disputes are because of governance. And unless you professionalize our sports administration, because now sports is no longer a hobby or a pastime, it's a million-dollar business.
Yes.
So with that, your governance is very important. And you can see the court cases that we go through, the disputes and we waste a lot of unnecessary time on these things, because I always say a sportsman has this much life, and the rest of his life he's not going to be a professional player. So in that period, if things are not in order, he's going to miss out, or she is going to miss out, a very critical opportunity to showcase the talent that the person has. So it's important that we treat governance with the utmost importance it deserves.
Yes, probably want to put you on the spot on that. I mean, you normally have this, you invite, some of the top guys running sports in the country. The message is, you always put out the message, you put the message out there to them, but do you feel like they take what you tell them seriously?
Unfortunately, they do not take it seriously at all. And I'm holding this responsibility to the government, to the Ministry of Sports, because even when you look at our ministries that we have, we don't even have a standalone Ministry of Sports. I'm seeing His Excellency has made a few tweaks right now, where he has now created a sports and a youth. But I strongly of the belief that we need a standalone Ministry of Sports with a very competent minister who understands the dynamics of sports locally and international level. Somebody who has experienced sports at international, so that he can understand the dynamics, the challenges and the potential that Kenyans have. I'd like always give that example. When Kenya goes to Olympics or Commonwealth Games, we do not discuss if Kenya is going to win any gold medals. The discussion and the question would be how many will they win. So we are a powerhouse, not only in Africa, we are a powerhouse in the world. So we need to step up in our administrations. Your intent may be good, but if you don't have the competent people or the right people, then we are in trouble. You can see how many organizations are in court. Cricket has collapsed. Swimming has just made a comeback. Rugby is struggling. So all these organizations, football is another day's subject.
Individual sports.
And individual. So we're in trouble, and our job is to reach out. Our job is to talk about it. But that's the furthest we can do. I'm hoping that the minister will listen to this discussion. The big house, the White House, will listen to this, the Upper Hill, and try and step up the sports, because one, sports can even help the government by creating jobs. There are two industries, I believe, the sports and the creative industry, that can easily create employment, and that will absolutely, and that's part of the government's manifesto.
As we wind up, Chris, what should we look forward to from the 26th?
You should look to be immersed in 4 days of sports film, in 4 days of sports discussion, panels, everything to do with sports. And my humble appeal is, if the Waziri is watching this, if he could actually attend the Kenya National Sportsman Festival, because for the first time we feel that we actually have a government and a ministry that is supporting sports in a very big way. You saw Faith Kipyegon receiving cash awards, receiving a house, that kind of thing. So we feel that this is the time that the creative economy is being taken very seriously, and sports is a big part of that. So karibuni sana. And
my friends want to know if there is a, if there are tickets or...
No, it's not. It's free.
It's totally free.
It's free. So you walk into Aristocrat's house in Lavington, or you go online to the KISS website, or you follow the hashtag KISS for 2023, and it's there. Trust me, we're going to make a lot of noise. You will know it is happening. It has been happening for the past 6 years, 5 years. This is going to be the 6th year. A lot of people are like, what is this thing? And believe you me, it's actually more popular outside of Kenya than in Kenya itself. And it's not the only sportsman festival in Kenya or in East Africa. It is the only premier on the African continent to date.
Last year we had, since COVID, as Chris mentioned earlier, the first year we had 25,000 followers online. In the following year we had 139,000. And last year we had a record 350,000 followers online. So we